200 subscriber compilation. Sit back and enjoy, and make sure to stick till the end and subscribe. Did you know that the Milky Way galaxy, which is our galaxy, will eventually collide with our neighbor galaxy Andromeda? In about 4.5 billion years, the Andromeda and Milky Way galaxies will collide. This collision will transform both galaxies, maybe even merging with each other. Is Mercury, and Mercury was formed by the same swirling gas and dust clouds that created the rest of the solar system, according to NASA scientists. Gravity pulled all these materials together. The planet's proximity to the sun likely resulted in very hot temperatures, causing lighter elements to evaporate like water and a possible past atmosphere, leaving behind a dense rocky core. How did these planets form? Number 1 is Mercury, and Mercury was formed by the same swirling gas and dust clouds that created the rest of the solar system, according to NASA scientists. Gravity pulled all these materials together. The planet's proximity to the sun likely resulted in very hot temperatures, causing lighter elements to evaporate like water and a possible past atmosphere, leaving behind a dense rocky core. Number 2, Venus. Venus formed pretty much the same way that Mercury did, but Venus was formed with an atmosphere that we can still see to this day. But Venus's atmosphere is way denser than Earth's, causing a greenhouse effect, trapping all the heat in the atmosphere of Venus, and this causes Venus to have extremely hot temperatures. Number 3, Earth was formed the same way that Mercury, Venus, and Mars were formed, so we're just going to skip to the interesting ones. Number 4, Jupiter. Jupiter was formed from the leftover gases from the Sun, causing Jupiter to have an immense amount of gas in its atmosphere. And that's pretty much the last interesting one, at least in our solar system. Venus formed pretty much the same way that Mercury did, but Venus was formed with an atmosphere that we can still see to this day. But Venus's atmosphere is way denser than Earth's, causing a greenhouse effect, trapping all the heat in the atmosphere of Venus, and this causes Venus to have extremely hot temperatures. Jupiter was formed from the leftover gases from the Sun, causing Jupiter to have an immense amount of gas in its atmosphere. And that's pretty much the last interesting one, at least in our solar system. The hidden past of the Pleiades star cluster. Now the history of the Pleiades spans across ancient culture worldwide, with earliest depicted on the Nebra sky disk around 1600 BC. The cluster hold mythological significance, often seen as the Seven Sisters or Matariki in cultures like Greek, Australian, Aboriginal, and Maori, explaining why only 6 or 7 stars are typically visible. While Greek myths describe the sisters being placed in the sky to avoid the hunter, Orion, some astronomers suggest the story might stem from the star's physical movement, causing a 7th star to be less visible over time, a phenomena that could date the myth back 100,000 years. The moon has a secret past, and today we're going to find it out. The moon's history is a story of cosmic collisions and geological evolution. The most believed theory suggests the moon formed from a Mars-sized object known as Theia colliding with an early Earth, splitting Theia into 2 halves, creating the moon. The collision didn't only create the moon, it also influenced the Earth's axial tilt and climate. Over time, the surface of the moon was shaped by asteroids smashing into the surface of the moon and stuff, like volcanic activity and the passage of time. Venus has a lot of secrets, and one of the most interesting ones is Venus's past. The history of Venus starts about 4.6 billion years ago, when Venus was formed from the collapsing cloud of gas and dust known as the solar nebula, as particles in the spinning disk of the nebula stuck together. Venus gradually accreted, reaching its current state over the course of billions of years. But Venus looked very different. Back then, Venus looked very much like Earth, with giant oceans, an atmosphere, and maybe even live. But if there ever was life on Venus, it would not be like humans on Earth. Life on Venus would be at a molecular level. So what happened to Venus as the sun heated up the planet's dense atmosphere caused multiple greenhouse effects, heating up the planet hundreds of degrees, causing all of the oceans to evaporate and all the possible molecular life to go extinct. And now we're at today, where Russian astronauts are exploring the surface of Venus, but we still don't know the full story of Venus, and probably never will. What's on the dark side of the moon? The dark side on the moon has never explored by man, but China sent a probe to the dark side of the moon, and this is what they saw. China's Change 4 and Change 5 missions discovered a new mineral known as Changesite Y, containing helium-3. They also found volcanic activity on the far side, dating back billions of years ago, and they also found water within the lunar soil and glass beads. The missions also returned lunar rock samples from the dark side of the moon, containing basaltic rock breccia and glassy material, revealing difference in the dark side composition and history compared to the light side. Coronal mass ejections are one of the most devastating things that could happen to Earth if one hit us. But what is a coronal mass ejection? Well, coronal mass ejections are immense explosive bursts of plasma and magnetic field from the sun's outer atmosphere that are ejected space, traveling millions of miles per hour. So when a coronal mass ejection is pointed towards the Earth, it can cause geomagnetic storms, leading to disruptions in power grids, sometimes causing blackouts that last months, maybe even years. The communication systems would also go out, affecting GPS accuracy, making every single plane flying at the time to land, because the planes have no GPS to know where they're going. But all of this is just for a normal-sized coronal mass ejection. What about the big ones? Back in September 1st, 1859, there was a coronal mass ejection that was so powerful it caused massive power blackouts, lasting years and destroying radio towers, making communication almost impossible. If this happened today, it would be devastating, setting us back years in an instant. How long are the years on these planets? On the planet Mercury, 1 year is only 88 days on Earth. This is because of Mercury's close proximity to the Sun. On the planet Venus, 1 year is 225 days on Earth, but Venus days are longer than its years, with 1 day on Venus being 243 days on Earth. On the planet Mars, 1 year is 687 days on Earth, about double of 1 year on Earth. On the planet Jupiter, 1 year is 12 Earth years long. Even though Jupiter's years are 12 Earth years one, Jupiter has the shortest days that take about 10 hours, and this is because of Jupiter's high wind speeds. On the planet Saturn, 1 year is 29 Earth years, but on Saturn, 1 day is about 11 hours. This is because Saturn is much like Jupiter, with high wind speeds speeding up the planet. On the planet Uranus, 1 year is 84 Earth years. On the planet Neptune, 1 year is 165 Earth years, while the days on Neptune are only about 16 hours. Mars has a long history, a little bit like Earth's. Mars was formed about 4.5 billion years ago from swirling gas and dust pulled in by gravity. Many scientists believe that Mars used to have molecular life in the eerie stages of the solar system because of the ancient river bed and many other things of past life on Mars. Many scientists believe Mars used to look very much like Earth, with vast rivers, blue skies, and maybe even some plant life. But if there was possible past life on Mars, then what happened to it? Well, over billions of years, the environment changes, such as a magnetic field and atmosphere decaying, which led to a cold and dry surface. So whether Mars had life on it or not, we know one thing, and that's that it's not there anymore. Maybe. How long are the years on these exoplanets? On the exoplanet Gliese 667 CC1, year is only 28 Earth days, and the days are the same length as the years. This is because Gliese is tidally locked. On the exoplanet Proxima Centauri IB, 1 year is only 11 Earth days. This is because of the close proximity to its star. On the exoplanet Kepler 452b, 1 year is 385 Earth days, which is very similar to Earth's orbital period. On the exoplanet Galax 0718, 1 year is only about 11 minutes and 12 seconds, which means this exoplanet has the shortest year known to man. On the exoplanet Kepler 421b, 1 year is 704 days, making Kepler 421b have the longest year out of every exoplanet known to man. Why isn't Pluto a planet? Well, many people may believe that Pluto is a dwarf planet, believe of Pluto's size, but it is actually because of Pluto's elliptical orbit, and many scientists believe that Pluto's not even orbiting our sun, and Pluto's orbit also collides with the asteroid belt, meaning that Pluto could get destroyed by a giant asteroid any day. So even if Pluto was a planet, it may not be. Did NASA find life on Mars? NASA's Perseverance rover has discovered a Mars rock called Shayava Falls that contains potential biosignatures that could hint at past microbial life on the surface of Mars. It's not definitive proof, but it's very convincing. The rock features leopard spots containing the minerals vivianite and greigite, which are formed through a chemical processes associated with microbes on Earth. Do you think there was or is life on Mars? If so, let us know in the comments. Is Saturn losing its rings? Yes, it is true that Saturn is indeed losing its rings, but how? Well, it's actually because of Saturn's strong gravitational pull, which will eventually pull the rings into the surface in a process called rings rain. But don't worry, Saturn's rings won't be going anywhere for a while. How did Olympus Mons form? Olympus Mons is the biggest mountain in our solar system. Olympus Mons is so big that the tip of the mountain is above the Martian atmosphere. But Olympus Mons is not just a mountain, it actually used to be a supermassive volcano. But how is that even possible? The gravity on Mars is much weaker than on Earth. Plus, Mars used to lack plate tectonics, which severely helped the size of Olympus Mons. What would happen if Betelgeuse supernovaed? Betelgeuse is one of the biggest stars we know of. It's roughly 900 times larger than the Sun. But what would happen if it were to supernova? It would take about 600 years just for us to see the light from the supernova, which would look pretty amazing from here on Earth. But not much would happen to Earth or the solar system. What would happen if we swapped our moon with Jupiter? If we swapped Jupiter and the moon, Jupiter wouldn't be our moon, we would become Jupiter's moon instead. The Earth's shape would quickly distort, and life would be quickly destroyed by extreme gravity and radiation. Is our galaxy in a cosmic void? It's believed by many scientists that our galaxy may be inside a cosmic void named the KBC void, or the local hole where there are 20% less stars and galaxies stretching about 2 billion light years across. Why doesn't Mars have life? Many scientists believe that in the far past Mars could have harbored micro-life. But why doesn't it anymore? Billions of years ago, Mars lost its magnetic field, which is crucial for the planet, and also Mars' thin atmosphere incapable of harboring life, and finally Mars' freezing temperatures, which makes life almost impossible to develop. Next is the red planet Mars, and the interesting thing about Mars is that Mars is confirmed to harbor microscopic life on the surface and deep under the polar ice caps of Mars. Next is Jupiter. And the interesting thing about Jupiter is that Jupiter is of course the largest planet in the solar system. And Jupiter also has its big red spot, which is a storm of over 600 mile-per-hour winds that has been going since the beginning of the planet's life. Next is Saturn, and the interesting thing about Saturn is that just like Neptune, Jupiter, and Uranus, Saturn has rings, but Saturn's rings are visible to the naked eye. And finally, last but not least, is Earth. And the interesting thing about Earth is that humans live on Earth, of course. And if Earth was any closer or any further from the Sun, then may have never evolved on Earth. Like and subscribe for more space videos.